Hi, welcome to the Tuesday Night Music Show. We kind of did a music show last week with or last night on Monday with Hanging on Mondays. So I thought it was only fair to do a gear show tonight. So this is what I thought would be an interesting topic. Because I did a video on it like a week ago, and it's gotten crazy views. I just saw Rachel Lynch put a video up on it and talk about, backup plans for your system. So what I thought I would do is go component to component and then go around the room one component at a time and find out what your backup plan is in the event that blank happens.
Yep.
So how about this? What if you lose a speaker? Jay.
I run two Evolve 50s and I have an Express 10-inch for the ceremony that sits in the car anyway, and now I'm always running a Wave 8. So if I lost one Evolve 50, I'd still have a 10 and an 8 that would be running.
Good answer.
Yeah.
John.
Well, again, with the wedding stuff, you always have something for ceremony or cocktail, a separate room. So in a pinch, you could always pull in another speaker. We've got JBL 15s, QSC, K12s, EV12s, whatever happens to be there. If one of the main speakers went down, you could always sub out something for another piece. At the corporate stuff, normally we're bringing a lot smaller speakers, but we're bringing multiples. Mm-hmm. So because you're trying to have a balance of sound in a long rectangular room, you don't want a hot spot, so you spread them out a little more. So reposition them to try to keep the sound right.
How about you, Brian? What would you do?
I don't have backup speakers with me. My ceremony system is my main system.
Yeah.
So I would just have to run one speaker. That's my only plan I have.
You always have subs, though, don't you?
Yeah, well, I have subs too.
I mean, a top and a sub would sound good. Or two subs and a top, maybe.
Yeah. How about you, Damon? What would your plan be? Your plan A.
No, I actually carry backup speakers anyway. If I'm running my JBLs, I have my QSCs with me, or I have my little Auto Blast as a small backup that I use as a monitor.
Okay.
So I always have at least some type of backup speaker with me. So.
Right on. All great answers, and these answers would have been a lot different for most of us 20 years ago when we were running passive systems, where it was a matter of make
a phone call and have somebody bring you something.
Yeah.
So I bought my first powered speakers in 1998.
Ooh, you were a pioneer on that.
Only because all the guys in my area were starting to use Mackies, and I bought DAS.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the point of it was exactly what you just said. On the boats, when I was running them, we had an amp go down with 4 speakers, and we had no sound.
Right.
And I thought, if I have my own system, if they're powered and one goes, I still have one.
Right.
Because that's when, Precedent AB 900 amps weighed a small aircraft carrier.
Boat anchor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shoot, I used to have extra amplifiers, all kinds of stuff just in case, But now with powered speakers, you always have a speaker that runs. And with arrays, I mean, the coverage is good.
Yeah.
The only thing that you'd have to work out, depending on what your system is, what software you're using, is how to run it, where you got a full signal going through. So you're not running just left or right. So with the speakers that I run, I can run left and right signal into a single speaker and get full, or switch mono onto the board, or in the program switch over to mono. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Essentially, we all can make the show happen and get by that night without bringing any additional speakers that we're running to initially. So that's the good news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next. What if your computer / whatever your music source happens to be goes down? Jay.
I always have 2 laptops, and I use the XTJ-XZ. So at least for weddings, I have the Prelude, Ceremony, and Cocktail on a flash drive, and the key dance tracks just in case. So, plus I have another controller, but for laptops, I always have 2.
Sure.
Always.
John.
Same. For laptops these days, you have to have a second one. I've got the primary, and then a lot of times I'm running my light show on another machine, and that's got another DJ software that I can plug right into the board and pick up. Yeah. You get like a minute of dead air to do the wire switch, but it's pretty quick to switch. Yeah.
Brian.
I was just going to say the same thing that John does. One laptop is my sound, the other is my lighting, and I also have the software on that one with a hard drive plugged into it at all times, ready to go.
Right. Damon.
2 laptops always.
Yeah. That's the general consensus. I was doing it for a long time. I had 2 giant Asus Republic Gamers computers, had everything backed up in duplicate. I recently stopped doing that because I got the new Alienware machine, and I didn't want to carry around a 20-pound laptop bag. So I'm actually backing up on a tablet with DJ from Algorithm. All the important, essential songs that they want for their wedding, plus what I call my flash tracks. They're the emergency tracks that can get me by with almost any event, with all of my currents on it, and my line dances and all that stuff, plus some cool DJ collections I've collected over the years, like DJ Tools and Platinum Series and things of that nature are on a micro SD card in the tablet. So not a full-on like I normally have, but the show could go on. I could make it happen, and it would be as simple as plugging a mini headphone jack, and going into stereo RCAs and plug it into the speaker and done. But I will say this, I'm getting something very soon that I'm super curious about. I've heard about it, but I haven't messed with it yet. And it's from a new company, or not a new company, but a company that's new to me anyway, out of Spain maybe. They're making all kinds of weird cables and stuff. They're making a USB to RCA cable. Where you can, and I was talking to a retailer yesterday about this. He said, I thought it was a bunch of bogus. This is never going to work. He said, sure enough, I plugged this thing into my phone and then plugged it into the speakers, RCA, and I got sound. I thought, wow.
Does it convert it somehow, or
yeah?
So it comes out as line level?
Yeah, I guess it would be like the headphone jack converter. So I guess it's not that weird, but
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of a cool thing to have, I guess.
I mean, audio travels over USB cable.
Yeah.
So I mean, just the fact that all of us use software.
Yeah.
And how do you think the audio is getting back to your mixer?
Well, we're going to get to that next.
Yeah.
What if your mixer controller goes down, Jay?
I have an Omnis Duo that's charged because it runs Serato, uses XLR, and doesn't need to get plugged in. So I could put it on top of my XC, move 2 cables, and have music.
Nice.
And that replaced a 1000 SRT, because in all reality, I would have had to move the controller, set up a new controller, plug in a new power supply.
Right.
And once I got the Omnis Duo, I'm like, wait a second, this does everything the XE does. I could put it on top of it.
Boom. You don't even need a computer for that.
What's that?
The Omnis Duo you do. Yeah. No. Right. Got it.
Yeah.
John, what do you...
Well, if the board went down, a lot of times I have a smaller 2-channel board that I'll bring along, but I could survive the night with the wiring that I have in the survival bag, if you will.
Right.
The headphone jack and go to XLR straight into the speaker. Now, you would lose the microphone, obviously, because you don't have the board anymore, but most of the speakers now have a A side and a B side. You can just set to mic and go directly to the speaker and still make it if you had to. Yeah. Not ideal, but you could survive the night.
Sure. Brian?
Well, I run an external mixer out for my mics.
Okay.
And I never did it. I do have a cable with me, a Y cable.
Sure.
RCA to start
Mini.
or just the mini, stereo mini.
Yeah. That would work.
It would take like a minute or so to set it up. It won't be like instantly, but
then you got to reassign the program to work with computer audio instead of That's
it would have to be a downtime for. I could announce over the mic. Still, like we lost power.
Well, if you have a mic, well, you could have the mic mixer, but
I would have to announce that I'd be down for like a minute, but the music will be back up again.
It's a lot better than the show's over.
Yeah.
A lot better than that.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. Damon,
I carry mini controller with me at all times. It's in my backpack. Couple, quick cable switches over. Still runs the same software that I'm using on my main controller. Yeah, and that goes into a little side chain mixer that I always have hooked up anyway. So
Sure.
but yeah, it only take me a couple seconds to switch over. So yeah.
I'm doing something similar to what John and Brian are doing, where I would run directly out of the computer, mini jack, RCA, into the speakers. And then, because I'm running 30Ms, it's like an 8-band mixer. So you can plug multiple XLR things into there. I could have line for my audio and line for my microphone, no problem. And then just jump an XLR cable, out of one speaker into the other one, and I have 2 speakers. But I think this is the part where I'm thinking to myself, I have one and I need to probably just do this. I think this is a really good argument for a switched handheld microphone. So if you were ever in a situation like this where you had to run the microphone directly out of the speaker, you could turn it on and off a lot easier than reaching down and turning the volume down on the speaker itself.
You don't carry a switch handheld?
No, I've got a regular hand. I've got a switched handheld, but it's in my club system that I have. I should get one. I've got the Shure SM58 I'm using now. I should carry a switched XLR. I've got a switched XLR in my ceremony system, or a switched mic in my ceremony system, but it's not a Shure SM58, like a Shure SM57 or something like that.
They make
But I don't always have the
58.
ceremony system. Yeah. Then this is an easy one. This is a super easy one. What if you lose some lighting? Jay?
I bring 2 Chauvet Wash Effects 2s that lately have not left the car. And then I have a gig bar
Right.
from Color Key. And I've just been using that. So if that went down, I could grab the Chauvets. It's been a minute since I sold lighting. Lighting is one of those, like, hey, when the dancing starts, I've got some flicker lights that are going to just enhance it.
Yeah,
I'm not doing a lighting design EDC job up there anymore. I just don't have the patience for it. And people don't value it the way they used to.
It's nice to sell all inclusive, and with
Yeah, it's
using
like
the
this
outdoor
comes
daytime
with it.
events.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say, back to what you said about switching off, let's say, controllers. I know a couple DJs, and I didn't know that they made this. They have old phones that, when you get a new phone, sometimes they don't take the old one. So they keep those phones with their DJ gear charged up with music. Then they bought a Bluetooth receiver for like $30. It plugs into one of the channels on their mixer or controller or out mixer. And if they have a problem where they have to switch anything out, they just go to the Bluetooth channel and fire music on it so that it's just bumper, but it gives them the time to go, okay, let me switch this, let me move that, let me do this.
Right.
Because I know that's, you're not as stressed out if there's music.
I always thought it'd be cool to just do a pre-mix, to record a pre-mix, 20 minutes long of something really good that's going to go over at most events, and put it on an iPad Nano or iPod Nano or something, and just run that into an aux. And if there's a problem, just go to that channel, press play, and do all your switching that you have to do with your computer.
100%. 100%.
John, you lose a light. What happens?
For lighting, if it's a centerpiece light, people are going to notice. Swap it up with something else you have. If we're just doing, static or flashy, up lights around the room, and one that's in a high visible area, just the battery's done, and it's just reposition your stuff, and no one's going to notice. Just take it, put it behind your booth, and move along.
Sure. Right.
Well, my main lighting is all powered, but my uplighting is battery powered, so I could run it off the battery if like a cable main DMX cable went out that caused the whole chain to go off.
Right.
Well, I do have the uplighting. That's always running too.
Damon doesn't even use lighting.
I do too.
Okay.
I have 2 gig bars with me at all times. Probably only using one most of the time.
Right on.
But there is 2 gig bars with me at all times. So,
well, I think that's kind of the point here. We all kind of agree that you usually have more than one light, and if a light goes, it's not like there's no lighting available. There's other stuff there. So it's not the thing it used to be. And if you're only using like an all-in-one piece and there's a problem with that, you might have a problem, but most of us have something in addition to that anyway, so big deal. So what, big deal? You could probably get by with 2 pars and nobody would care. Is there anything I'm missing here? From major equipment.
Well,
that
you
we
mentioned
worry about?
one that I wonder if everyone does. Microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned on off for one, but I'd
Switch.
probably
Yeah.
I'd probably put that out there as a topic because we're all old enough to have learned in an emergency you can plug your headphones into a microphone and actually use it
Well, you can, and opposite. You could listen to your mix
through your
with-
microphone.
through your microphone.
If you had to, yeah.
You had to.
Yeah.
Not very loud, but you can do it.
Right.
But yeah, okay, fine. I mean, does everybody have a backup mic?
Oh yeah. I carry two
Two
wireless.
SM58s,
Yeah.
2 wireless.
You got them with you anyway for speeches. Just
Yeah.
grab hold of one of those and use that if your corded mic goes out or something.
There's typically always a wireless mic in my system. Plus, I always have a wired mic too. It's the mic I use, and then I give people the wireless to use for speeches
Yeah.
and totes.
I think the 2 biggest things that I've gotten burned on over the years, believe it or not, that I've forgotten, and in hindsight, I can see how I did it, but I didn't do it again. One is power supply for the laptop, because I plugged it into charge, put it in the bag, get distracted, come back, it's in the
Yeah.
bag, and you forget. But the other one is, and I carry the one that everyone wants to buy off me, which is the gold, but I carry 2 sets of headphones
Good idea.
because I've gotten to gigs and forgotten my main headphones right here and been like, oh boy, I don't have any headphones.
Yeah.
Now, with software, you can get around it, but I
Right.
genuinely like being able to preview tracks.
I'm with you, and there have been a few times in relatively recent history, within the last 5-10 years, that I've forgotten headphones at a gig. Nobody knew any different.
It's not the end of the world. You can
Nobody
still
knew any
power
different.
through it.
No. But it's the stress on you.
The only thing I couldn't do is preview songs that I wasn't familiar with.
That's where it bites
Like,
you.
oh, what is this? Is it the right
Yeah.
version? Whatever. I don't know. As far as mixing goes, I mean, I made it happen just by looking at waveforms when I needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's not as vital as it used to be.
Here's the thing with headphones. Go to your retail store, Best Buy, whatever, even Myers or whatever, and buy the $10, $15 headphones that you can use for your phone,
Yeah,
and just stick those in your glove box in the car
just in case.
and leave them there.
Just in case. Yeah,
That way, you
idea.
always got some type of headphones with you.
that's a really good idea.
Well,
I was looking at my headphones. I mean, they're really nice Pioneer headphones, and I was noticing that the cups are starting to fall apart on them. I'm like,
Yep.
I've
It
been
does
for a
happen.
long time.
Yeah.
It's maybe time to start looking at something else here.
But they become the backups then. They just go in
Yeah.
your cable bag, you get a new pair, and off you go.
Yeah,
I think I've now started leaving a roll of gaff tape
Oh,
in the
always.
car just because I've gotten to gigs and again, do you have any tape? Yeah, honey, but it's expensive gaff tape. So I'm just going to give you, I just need a little piece. Here you go, sweetheart. Okay. And the next thing you know, as you get to the gig, you're like, what the hell's gaff tape?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it's like nowhere to be found.
She stole it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that and I think I leave a 75-foot orange extension cable in the back of the Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I never need it, but the
yeah.
day I do,
Yeah, it's
I
there.
want to know it's accessible.
Backup cables are a trip because, I feel like I've got some really good cables. I've got the Speco titaniums for XLRs, and I've got really good IC cables, like the big thick ones.
Yep.
But I have backup. I carry backup, and I know the day I decide I don't need this backup is the day I need the backup.
Always.
So, have it,
Somebody rolls
you
it
don't
over.
need it.
They roll over it with a dinner card or something, and you're like, "What's that crackling noise?" Like, and you keep swapping out cables till you make it go away.
Well, you got to look at
Murphy's
the
law.
it's what's most likely to go. I mean, the cable is the weakest link in the chain.
theoretically, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the one thing that could tweak out really hard. You know, you should have. I have a very difficult time not being OCD about cables. I have way more than I need.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could outfit
We
a
all
Best
do.
Buy
We all
computer
do.
department with IEC cables.
I get my system up twice with the cabling I bring.
Oh, twice,
and some.
please.
And then
I got cables for the next 4 weddings, and I don't need more gear. It's like,
Right.
and every time I go to get rid of them, I'll get burned. I'll be like, I don't need this quarter. When do I ever use quarter? And the next thing you know, you get to a gig, and they're like, hey, can we use your booth output to record with? It's like, yeah, if I had a 1/4-inch cable.
We got a keyboard player that just shut up. You got a quarter? Yeah, I did.
well, Jay brought up something. He said laptop, the charger for your laptop.
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's a good one.
me, I carry, there's 2 chargers in my road case for my controller for both laptops. Then I have one in my bag just in case. So if any of my 2 chargers go down, I mean, for my main laptops, I have another one there just in case.
Yeah, you never know when those bricks are going to short out because
Right.
I've had that happen. So
Well, and I have to say, and I know most of you guys are not Mac, you're PC, and I don't know how different that variance is, but I can tell you, I'm on my main computer right now, and this one, the brick's about that big, and the one I normally use, the brick's about that big.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get a backup, or if you get a new computer, verify that the charger you already possess will work. I did a video years ago. Apple used to sell a little adapter, magnetic MagSafe adapter. This is, if you don't know, this is a MagSafe. So this is actually magnetic, and if you pull it, it just pops
comes
out.
out.
It's not in. But this is wider on my computer than on my old computer. So Apple sold one that would fit over the narrow one to work
Right.
with the wider one.
Okay.
So I always thought that was great. It's also, I have a Lightning to a female mini
Yep.
and a USB-C to a female mini. For the bride comes over, we recorded my dead grandmother's speech on my phone. Is there any way you can play it? If you can't do Bluetooth, you plug into her phone with USB-C or Lightning, you plug a mini jack into RCA, and now you can at least utilize it. So it's
Yes.
worth the $20 to invest in both of them and just keep them with your main mixer or controller just in case.
When I went Asus to Alienware, it was kind of a bummer because I had 3 power supplies for my Asuses, and I built them into my racks. Plus, I carried a spare in the bag. Now, what I've done is I've had to go out and buy additional Dell Alienware chargers that I've built into the racks. Plus, I still have the spare in my bag, so I'm covered there. And I did read that it is possible to charge your computer via the USB-C Lightning or whatever it is.
The USB-C port. You can on Apple's. I'm sure you can on Alien too.
You can, but
But you need a big enough brick to plug the USB-C into.
you need a good power, thing.
Brick.
Yeah, the brick.
Yeah.
And anybody who I've looked online, they've said no, we don't recommend that. It doesn't.
It's an
charge
emergency
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a much slower charge.
Yeah,
But I mean, in a pinch, it's
In a pinch.
nothing or that.
yeah.
I don't know if they've changed with Alienware. We have one floating around the warehouse, and we got it for the DDJ RZX, which had it was the video controller that had the 3 monitors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exaggerating. It was a power plug that went into a brick that had to be about that big.
Oh, they've changed a lot. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
the brick was, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you the brick was about 7 inches long, about 3 inches wide, and about 1 inch thick. And then that went into the adapter, into the computer. It was like,
It's more
Are
narrow
you-
than my phone.
oh, no. The old one was like 10
maybe
iPhones.
3
Oh,
times
they've-
as thick.
Yeah,
So
they've
it's-
changed
it's not a big
dramatically.
deal.
If we do, next time you're at a show that we do, if we've got it, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
It is mind-blowing how big it
Yeah.
is. It weighs as much as the
There's
stupid
a reason
computer.
they call them bricks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's ginormous. But yeah, I think there's a point where, and we talked about this before, and it's worth mentioning again. we're coming into a new season. We're coming in. October is traditionally pretty busy for a lot of DJs. And then November quiets down, and then you've got your parties. And then you start over. And I think it's towards mid-year, end of year, to beginning of year, you should check your cables. I think a lot of us have the Moat, mother of all testers, from Ben Stowe.
Yeah.
You can plug both ends of any cable you own and test it, and just make sure you got continuity, make sure it's working. But also sit back and say, what's the worst case scenario? And just go over this list from this video and say, okay, if my laptop doesn't have a charger, what's plan B?
Right.
Well, if I've got a new Mac, okay, it does have a USB-C port. Let me go online and find out how big of a brick I need. Because, believe it or not, some
Charger
DJs
adapter, whatever you want to call it.
will reach in the drawer and go, here's my charger for my iPhone 4. I'm sure this is big enough. No, it's not.
Yeah. No,
And you're going to find out at a gig the hard way, you are SOL.
yeah. Watching the power go down, 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 down.
Yeah.
Until it's gone.
This is where you make friends with photographers, because if they're working in a team, guarantee you they brought a MacBook Pro or some other high-end gaming computer. They probably have a charger with them. And while they're working, they'd probably let you charge. And then when they leave at 9 and the wedding ends at 10, or they leave at 10 and the wedding ends at 11, you only have to get through an hour.
Yeah.
So you're not quite as stressed.
I thought it would be an interesting topic since we missed Kier last night. And we all had...
Take it a step further if you want. One more thing. It's not just the stuff for the gig and the gear. It's you got to get there. So you should probably look at your vehicle too for a couple of things to make sure you got a spare headlight bulb in the glove box, jumper cables, make sure your spare's not flat. Stuff like that.
AAA is paid up.
Yeah, that's we're coming into winter. I mean, that's the other part of the package is
Own a friend.
We got to get
with
there.
a minivan.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I always try to get, I burned myself once. I adamantly make sure that the day before the gig, the car's got a full tank of gas.
Yeah.
Traffic, distance, whatever. But if I wake up and the power's out where I am, but it's not out where the wedding is, what's the plan? I don't have enough gas to get there. What's the plan? So I'd rather know when I go to bed, I've got brand new batteries for my wireless mic, 2 batteries for each one. That's in the backpack.
Yeah.
Gas in the car. We're good to go. Make it so you don't need to stop. We don't have Radio Shack anymore.
Yeah.
No.
You miss those days.
I miss that. I miss Radio Shack.
Yeah, I need to get an XLR to USB-C to mini back split to run in a 4-ohm configuration. Oh, it's right here, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
There are things that I carry that, I haven't used, but they're there if I need them. And there are other things that I need to start carrying because if I need them, I need them.
Right.
I'm talking about dumb stuff like sinus tablets or antacids or aspirin or anti-diarrheal and things like that. I have them in a bag.
It's in my bag.
In my bag.
It's in there.
It's in there.
Yeah.
You know what I don't have and I need to add?
Mints.
Band-Aids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I
I carry
can,
mints, Tums,
Yeah.
Advil, because it's just in the backpack anyway.
Right.
This is one thing that I'm sure that you can use this with any configuration, but this has come in handy more than once at the end of the night, having a battery-powered light.
yeah.
Where at the end of the night, especially for outdoor weddings, I can just grab this and be like, okay, did I get everything?
Right.
Let me look around on the ground. Or put it on the back of the car when I load in.
Sure.
Put it on the roof and put it in a red-blue pattern and upset people down the road. Like,
I think it was a cop.
yeah,
Slow down driving by you. Yeah.
And the other thing I will say, carry in your backpack. This is just me. I always carry some
Magnums?
water and trail mix.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, you're big on the trail mix.
Survival
Well, I
snack.
mean, because
No, it totally makes sense, though. They're not going to feed you. You got to have something to eat before you get out of there. You can't just count on Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
right.
Jumbo Jack with cheese and a breakfast croissant sandwich, the ultimate one, number one.
Right.
got a
30 in the
No,
morning.
look at poor Mikey last night. It was to the end of the gig, midnight. They bring him out a plate
Yeah,
of food. Like,
yeah.
what is that about? I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the kind of thing that you can put like, okay, speaking of Damon, you got trail mix, and that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
What other kind of things could you put in your bag that would last a long time and not go bad on you?
Protein
You know?
bars.
I'm even thinking, you know how they
Twinkies.
do? Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking about? Those pre-packaged meat sticks. And I know
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
there are places in the
They don't even
country where
expire, do they?
No,
your
there's
only
no
option
expiration
is
date.
Slim Jim. I live in Wisconsin. This is the sausage capital of the United States. We got all kinds of really nice sausages that are packaged in that regard.
Yeah.
Where they're in plastic and they don't have to be refrigerated and they last a long time. That kind of stuff could be really nice.
I think beef jerky lasts quite a long time. I had a bag in my backpack
Yeah.
at NAM and found it in the back of the backpack about a month ago, and it hadn't gone out of date yet. So,
Sure.
and it's protein. You're not going to get tired. I wouldn't put a loaf of bread.
Right.
Liable to knock you out halfway through the night.
Yeah, turkey sandwich with
Yeah,
lettuce.
but,
Get
I mean,
that
figure-
tryptophan out of here. Yeah.
Any protein, something with some type of protein, keeping
Even
it
if
back.
you're vegan, put some nuts in there. That's protein.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's have protein.
Yeah. So, get a bag of peanuts or walnuts
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
pecans or almonds or something.
What is
That's
it?
why I keep the trail mix in there. So.
Petones? Petones? Pumpkin seeds?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
They're really good. Roast those in a pan. Little salt. Yeah, that's good eating.
Sure.
No, I think you have to only get burned once or twice to realize, oh no. And it's super OCD, but I have a backpack by the door that everything goes in, and I have another bag that all the main stuff goes in, and I still check them before I go out to the car because my hard drives are this big. I mean, they're half the size of my phone.
Yeah.
They easily get lost, and I carry two of them with the paperwork for the introductions, for the special songs. And I find probably 93% of my weddings, I get a few miles from the house, and I'll reach over on the front seat where the backpack and the hard drives are, and I'll unzip the back of the bag and just be like, yep, there are the two laptops. I just saw them.
Anyway, you need to see them again when you're in motion.
I get
Oh,
that
I
way.
still do
Mike.
that.
I
Yeah, I
know
still
I
do
packed
that.
it, but I'm going to look again. I'll open
I've
the back
pulled
of the
over
trunk
a
and-
billion times. Let me just open the back. I know it was the last thing I packed.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, for what it's worth, for those of you that use them, I've left. This is the CDJ 3000X is leaning up against a laptop stand. I've gotten to events and been like, where's my laptop stand? And not brought a laptop stand and panicked because I don't want to put a laptop on a flat table and not get airflow. And then it overheats.
Right.
So you end up going to your bags and boxes, and you're like, you have to MacGyver something
build
to get it
something,
to
yeah.
sit up that night. Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad idea for a lot of us who have a vehicle that is going to accommodate this to put some of these things in an emergency bag, like under the back seat or in the trunk or whatever you happen to have.
Yeah.
You don't have to carry it in with you, but just knowing that it's in the vehicle, even bottled water. Just knowing there's a bottle of water in the truck. You don't got to carry around your backpack's cool, but that's a lot to carry.
That's why I have gaff tape in the Jeep, because I've gotten burned twice without gaff tape. And I'm like, I have two rolls. One stays in the Jeep. So when I get there and open the bag and can't find it, I'm like, oh, it's in the Jeep. Go back to the Jeep. There's the gaff tape. I just have to remember to then leave it in the Jeep. Eric brought up clothes. I did a video once why I wear black, because I got in the car and I grabbed like a Diet Coke or something and I spilled it in my lap driving. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And it's like, nothing. You're wearing black slacks.
You're just gonna
no
deal
one's
with it
going to
with
recognize that there's Diet
You're
Coke
going to be
in there.
uncomfortable, but it's not going to look
Yeah, it's going to suck for you. But
right.
the other benefit is if you have black gaff tape in an emergency, if you were to rip your slacks, you can act all David Bowie on
I've done that.
And we've probably all done that.
Tape it from the inside and just get those two pieces to sit up nice and flush. Like, oops.
There you go.
You get caught on the side of a case or something. You're like, God damn it.
I see DJs that wear shorts.
I'm curious.
What's that?
Is the word slacks short for anything? Or is it just slacks? It always sounded like slang to me, but maybe that's
That's just what they call pants.
I had dinner one night with Ricardo Montalban, and he was talking about different slacks that he liked the Sans about slacks, which means no belt. Yeah, and we were talking about Corinthian leather. And that's kind of where I picked it up. We were seeing I remember because we were seeing Don Rickles. He was a new comedian at the Copacabana that night.
Like 80% of our audience who has no idea who Ricardo Montalban is.
Do they need pants? Yeah, pants.
Khan from the first Star Trek II Wrath of Khan. Anyway.
Yeah, to those of you in your 40s.
Yes.
Anyone younger, are you allowed to be up this late?
By the way, the show's sponsored by DJ Event Planner. Please check them out in the description of this video below. Really appreciate you for being one of our channel sponsors. We need all the help we can get, as you can see. So thank you, DJ Event Planner.
Bye.
Where were we? No, I didn't. It's not a sign out. I just said it.
I gotta get it.
See,
I was thinking about it.
See, I wear one set of clothes and then I change after I get to my event. That way, the clothes I'm wearing, my event clothes, don't get messed up while I'm.
It's a big question in the industry because there are a lot of guys I see that have like a polo and shorts. They do their setup, and when I had a bigger setup, I got it. But my setup is not big. It does not take very long, and it's traditionally not so involved that I don't feel comfortable. Just simply, I wear a different undershirt with a short sleeve shirt, and then those change to the dress shirt for the gig, but I'm still in the same black slacks and same shoes. So, I mean, on my end of it, it works that way. If I have a big gig where there's a ton of load-in stuff or I'm helping, I would just bring that outfit in the car and then change. But I think there's something to be said for looking appropriate from the time you start till the time you finish.
I agree.
I don't think that t-shirt and ripped denim shorts, I don't think it's a great look when someone walks in and goes, "That's the DJ," and it's like, "Oh, that looks like his assistant."
No, but you got to change the color code. If you're out loading on a field in 102 degrees, you don't want to be in black doing that. You may want to be in some tan khakis and.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
Well, I'll still wear like a jeans and a polo shirt. I'll just change into the better outfit when I get there, though. So I'm still looking presentable. But
Exactly. I was going to say, I think there's a fine line between I look like the guy they're paying a lot of money to setting up, or I look like the guy that just got picked up in a parking lot to help the guy that's getting paid a lot of money to.
When I was in the car business, I discovered clothes for golfers that, in my brain was always checkered pants and goofy hats. But apparently, no, there's actually some really cool, it's like Ping is a company that makes some really neat clothes
Ping makes
for golfers.
great golf clubs,
And they make nice golf shirts, polos, they make nice trousers or slacks or whatever slacks.
So does Greg Norman.
He said trousers. Wow. Okay.
Greg Norman makes a lot of really cool polos too. They're nice designs and they're comfortable, and
Levi makes like a khaki, a beige khaki that's actually jean material. I wear those.
Oh wow.
I wear those all the time.
Yeah, Dockers. You could get a black pair of cotton Dockers for next to nothing, and just if they get ripped, they get ripped.
They're a little more durable, which is nice. And quite frankly, guys, my days of changing in bathroom stalls are over.
Yeah, that's gone for you.
It takes so much effort for me to get dressed, let alone get into a change of clothes.
Yeah.
In a toilet stall. Oh no! Yeah.
I gotta admit,
how many times
I don't miss those days of having to change slacks.
My nice dress pants slipped off the hanger onto the wet bathroom floor. I mean, I just remember that happening so many times. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible.
Then you're trying to get that water that somebody spilled on the floor right near the toilet off your slacks.
Yeah.
Challenge.
I don't think it's water.
It's not.
I hope it's water.
But yeah, I don't miss those days. So it's no matter if it could be winter time, it could be the hottest day of summer. I've got some great golf shirts that are polos.
Yeah.
And I think Nike makes one of them. Doesn't have the symbol on it, but it's a Nike shirt. But it's you can move really well in it.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's the color is good. It's very presentable, and I feel like I look better than the photographer most of the time. in something like that. I can
Oh,
pull it
please
off.
don't
That's
get
not
me
hard.
started. Don't get me started. That's not really saying much, Brian.
Well,
Right.
yeah, but
Half the time I'm offering the photographers a few bucks to get a meal, and they're like, "I'm the photographer." I'm like, "I'm so sorry." Bet you're a homeless man that just wandered into the room in your jeans and sneakers
Yeah, it
and
happens.
T-shirt.
Yeah. Well,
Please move your
Charging
bags.
$4,000. Yeah.
well, the nice thing about the
TSA
photographer-
sees better bags than the stuff I
the
get.
good news about the photographer is not going to be in any pictures,
Yes.
That's valid.
so it doesn't matter. Us, on the other hand, will be. So
This
we
is
should
true.
At least look like we belong there. I
Yes.
feel like I dress just as well as a bartender or anybody else there who's providing a service. I don't want to look like I'm a member of the wedding party because I'm not. And I'd rather attention be focused on others. I've got all kinds of cool justifications in my head for what I wear. But at any rate, no one, oh my God, what are you wearing? It looks appropriate for, I'm dressed
It's
for like,
changed a lot. You're not wearing a
has.
tuxedo
It has.
vest and bow tie that I wore for years.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do DJs wear? I noticed they all wear a bow tie that matches the cummerbund or the vest. And that was the way. And then you'd get the good DJs who were slick, who would show up and try and get like 20 bow ties and try to match the color
Yeah.
to the bride's colors. Like, I see she's doing seafoam green. Look, I happen to have one of those. It's like, damn, this guy's good.
Do you know Jim Cerrone?
That's who I was thinking of.
out of Indianapolis. I remember an article that he
I
wrote.
do know Jim.
Like before I even knew Jim, I remember an article he wrote where he was talking about how he feels like James Bond because he always wears a tux like James Bond does. And every time I see Jim, I give him a hard time about that. And he laughs.
Jim made a comment
It's a very
on
dated
Facebook.
concept now.
Oh yeah, but he made a comment on Facebook. I was talking to KC today, and I said something about music and DJs, and he goes, "Did you see Jim Cerrone's comment?" I said, "No." He goes, "Jim said when he started, he needed to know 3 decades of music,
Yeah. Yeah.
and now he needs to know 7."
Yes. Yes.
And I was like, "That's really
feel
poignant," and I
valid.
completely agree.
I had 4, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, along with
Yeah.
In the Mood, Glenn Miller, done.
Yeah. But now
With
it's
nothing
like,
else. Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because Casey pointed out, I don't think I've played Glenn Miller in forever. And I'm like, I'll play In the Mood if I have a swing set or if I get that 90-year-old grandma.
I played
They
it
love,
Saturday.
Yeah.
String of Pearls
Yeah.
or Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania
or,
5,000. Yeah.
Yeah. There are tracks, but I also have 100 of the greatest hits of the 1920s that I got from Apple Music for $3. I've yet to play, but if somebody needs Flappers
Yeah.
20s party, I'm available.
Somebody shows up that's 120 years old and wants to hear
I've
something
got
from the Roaring
these.
20s.
Yeah.
I got to figure that.
Celebrating your 100th.
I got to
Got
figure, my mother was 18 years old in 1959. So a teenager was rock and roll for her.
Yeah.
She's 84 now.
But also like
I don't
Perry
think I'm in
Como
danger of
and-
too many in the mood people.
No,
Even
but
if
I'm
you're
saying
90, you were 18 years old in 1955. I mean, that's crazy.
yeah, no,
True,
that's
though.
true.
So,
Well, and it's funny
that was
doesn't
rock on the
change.
clock. So
Yeah.
you're good.
But it doesn't really change much. I look back on my life and it's like, yeah, there are brand new songs I get that I love, but my sweet spot is that stuff from high school up to like 30. It's that young 70s stuff when I was young. Obviously, the 80s, I turned 16 in the 80s. So the 80s were late teen into party years. And then I got into the 90s stuff. But if I had to pick music, it's probably a 5 to 10 year period that I sit in. I think most people are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I rarely play a 50s song now, and a few 60s, more 70s, couple 80s, and then contemporary stuff. So
Yeah.
although
If you-
it's really sad that we've lost a lot of people, it's nice that we don't have to carry their music around anymore. It's terrible.
Wow, that was cold as ice.
I figured you liked that one, Jay.
Wow, Foreigner 1977.
It
Wow.
doesn't add any extra weight though these days. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, so
No,
I've got another
100%.
1,000 songs from 19.
Right, it doesn't matter. You're not carrying around that crate.
It's not a crate of records. You know,
And
no
if
file.
you don't know good hits from any of the decades we've talked about, go back about 3 videos. It's exactly what we talked about, was songs that fit for the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
I don't think we
So-
do enough for those shows. I think we could always just do those shows.
We could do 20 shows on the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like it just doesn't end. Every time I think, wow, I've really cracked the code on the 80s. No, I haven't. I totally realize, oh, I forgot about, the waitresses.
Maybe it would be fun
I forgot
to
about
do.
Romeo Void. I forgot about the.
How about next week we do a deep dive in the 80s, songs that you could try at your gigs that you've never played and that people hadn't heard in a long time, and it's like, oh wow, I forgot about this song.
Hold on, I gotta
It's
sneeze.
always playing the same thing over and over again.
I'm sorry, Information Society Pure Energy.
Jay's been trying really hard to make that one happen.
I'm gonna make that a hit.
He's been trying really
I
hard.
would, I would hope the band or whoever's left
Yeah.
shows up at
Well,
the
they're
award ceremony.
They're probably your age. They're still
Ma'am, can I help you get your wheelchair up there? I'm the lead singer. Wait,
Oh.
what?
I repeat, they're probably your age. They've
They could be very young. Now that you mention it,
very
They could be
young.
very, very young.
like you, older than me, but not older than you. Jesus.
No,
If the halftime guy show doesn't show up, maybe
I
they
still got
can
dirt
do-
older than me, so I'm doing okay.
Good show, guys.
Moses was a good dancer. I will say that from when I first
And a
started
good
to be a
tipper.
DJ.
Yeah.
And he did tip well.
Yeah. Good show, guys. Good show. I had fun.
Excellent.
And
Yep.
we'll put this one in the